going to get into the next topic. Now, look, this may seem like not that big of a deal, and it really did, Mav, go over a lot of people's heads. Now, I saw some excitement in the in the community, because one of the things that we've all sat back on our seats and we were all puzzled by was the lack of tenacity in marketing for Call of Duty Black Ops 6. Now, hold on. Before you throw the virtual tomatoes, we know Activision spent a pretty penny, and they did it at the beginning of the year with the campaign where people actually thought that someone, defaced the monuments, right? And it was just a commercial. But, as we got closer to the release of the game, Activision went to town. And we've seen it in subways. We saw it on buses. We saw it in Times Square. We saw it in everywhere you could possibly imagine. Call of Duty Black Ops showed up. But one of the things absent from most of this advertising were 2 points of contention, Mav. One, Xbox, most important because this is an Xbox it's an Xbox first party, not an exclusive, Xbox first party, and more importantly, Xbox Game Pass. Now, we don't have the specific numbers, but we know, thanks to Amy Hood and Satya Nadella, that that there was a lot of gains made. They were very happy with the monies that came in from the way of Black Ops 6, not just from Xbox, but from everywhere. Makes sense, right? But the thing I questioned is, why not have a Series S branded box for Black Friday for Black Ops 6? Like, it seemed to me like a no-brainer. And, listen, let's call a spade here. Their marketing has not been the greatest, and it hasn't been the greatest in a long time. So, of course, someone like me, and I'm always my glass is always half full rather than half empty, folks. I was like, yeah, this is just another rake that they stepped on. Well, it turns out that it's a little bit more than that. I probably should have thought about this, but thanks to a stall on Twitter, he posted something very interesting. And again, I saw a lot of people talking about this. Jez Corden talked about it. Tom Warren, Tom Henderson actually did a story on his website. So this made the rounds, but not on a lot of podcasts. So I figured, you know what? It's the end of the year. No one talked about it. Let's have a conversation. Well, according to a stall, which is at ASTARANX on Twitter, he wrote, Call of Duty Black Ops 6 Xbox bundles incoming. Because the Sony marketing deal contract with Call of Duty comes to an end this December 31st, 2024, according to Brad Smith, the president of Microsoft. So from January 2025, this Xbox Series X bundle with Call of Duty Black Ops 6 will be available worldwide. And he has the picture of actual Xbox Series X consoles decked out in from every side Black Ops marketing. I think this is going to sell a lot of consoles. Now, I know they're what are they going to sell? Who knows? Are console sales important? Not as much as they used to be, but Xbox could certainly sell a couple of consoles. And it makes sense that they've kind of, I don't want to say Xbox has cruised through Black Ops 6 because they've had some aggressive marketing for sure, but it wasn't boot on neck marketing like I would have done, right? Well, according to, again, he has a picture here of Brad Smith, and he says, and it quotes, the deal ends 2024, according to Microsoft's president Brad Smith. So as of January 1st, 2025, any ties to Sony with Call of Duty are done outside of that 10-year deal. So they're going to get it on PlayStation 5, 6, and whatever else comes after that for those 10 years. But Mav, this is I think a much bigger deal than a lot of people are making it out to be, because let's just take a look at the facts here. 2025 for Xbox first party appears to be loaded. Like it's stacked. the deck is stacked. And on top of that, we're hearing that Oblivion remake, which was done supposedly redone in Unreal Engine 5, is going to make an appearance next year. That is the running rumor. So if that, even if it releases as a multiplat, who cares? It's another game into Xbox Game Pass. On top of what could be Fable at the end of the year, you have the Outer Worlds releasing somewhere in the middle, I think. And of course, to open up the year, you have Avowed. On top of those games, you have Doom the Dark Ages, you got South of Midnight, and I don't know. Oh, that's right, Call of Duty whatever. And the Call of Duty whatever is rumored to be a sequel to Black Ops 2. So keeping with the Black Ops conversation, if it's as good as 6 was, this is going to be the year of Xbox, regardless of whether things are multiplat or not. And now having full control, meaning there is boot on neck, foot on gas for Xbox advertising for Call of Duty, they could logistically pull a Sony here, Mav. They could put that branding, the Xbox branding, on everything and anything that is Call of Duty. And listen, the same way the normies thought that Call of Duty was exclusive to PlayStation when they ran the gambit, could very well happen here. And on top of the year that they are about to have with their first party, you give full-on control of Call of Duty marketing back to Xbox like it did during the Xbox 360 era. You are onto something. What are your thoughts, man?
Yeah, I mean, bundles definitely help. They haven't really done enough this generation in general
Mm-hmm.
of bundles, regardless of the game. Like they've had a couple of things that they've done. They did like something for Halo Infinite, obviously, right? But Indiana Jones would have been cool to see something for that, or they could have had several different options for holiday bundles, theme boxes this holiday season, because they had a lot of different games that had come out this year. But yeah, I think overall, when you have the power of something like Call of Duty, you want to exploit it as much as possible, get it in front of people's eyes as much as possible. And whether that means custom controllers, which we've already seen that them do custom controller, right? Or it means custom Xboxes or bundle deals and all that kind of stuff. All that stuff just kind of greatly helps brand association more than anything. So if somebody is like at the store and you see the Call of Duty box, it's just a little bit more because I like Call of Duty. I like Call of Duty, so I like that. Same thing that PlayStation would do with the Spider-Man box and stuff like that, right? So overall, yeah, that stuff definitely helps. I'm not gonna think that it's going to change everything when it comes to Xbox console sales or anything like that because of the transition and the moves that they're doing otherwise. Because the future is looking very drastically different anyway, in a few years from now. But for the time being, for sure, it's definitely going to help. And any more people they can get to access Xbox as their console of choice is going to be somebody that's going to get more and more locked into their ecosystem, which is what they want. So the power of Call of Duty is strong. You already felt it when we booted up Call of Duty Black Ops 6 for the first time this year. It was like it's like it feels different. You know what I mean? I don't know what it is, but obviously it's an amazing game, but being associated somehow with the marketing they had going on all around there, it being in Game Pass day and date, all of these things, like it kind of felt like the old school days back in 360 era when a Call of Duty launch would happen. That's kind of how it felt when Call of Duty Black Ops 6 launch happened. So they can capture that excitement every year with a Call of Duty title with some kind of special bundle. I think it definitely helped move some units, especially around the holidays. But I want to see them go above and beyond that. I want to see them do more. I want to see them do more custom consoles, more like
Yes.
these consoles were made for this. Like they're blank slates, man. They've only put out a couple of wraps. I thought the wraps were a great idea. Okay, if you're not going to do custom consoles, you're going to make it more affordable for everybody. You're going to have these wraps. That's a great idea too. Love it. But they've only had a couple of those. Like I want to see them do this for more of their franchises and their brands because they're awesome. Especially next year, right? Next year we got Doom. I want to see a custom Doom Xbox. Why not? Doom is super popular. Could you imagine how badass a Doom Xbox would look? And how many units that could actually move as well? I mean, you got lots of things. Fable, this next year as well. I want to see all of that stuff. They do it with controllers,
Yeah.
right? They do it with controllers. It's kind of their thing. Oh, we're gonna have this special limited time edition this controller. Do it on your consoles too. You'll be surprised that how many people might be willing and interested to buy those that are fans of these franchises and games. So anyway, I've said my piece with that. I was surprised this generation after seeing the design of the consoles that they didn't utilize it more because
Yeah.
it's literally like a canvas, man. Like use it, utilize the canvas.